Hey guys, welcome to our ranking special right before the championship. We have a special guest on today. Lucas, how are you doing?
Hi, Evan. Doing great, man. It's been a lot of fun to talk down these rankings. We're coming up towards some really incredible matches. It'll be a lot of fun.
All right, Chris, well, how about you?
Yeah. I mean, guys, this is it. You know, now that we've seen our Final Four, duke it out, we have our title match. Jonas Stowell, Manning Franks. It's anyone's game.
So how this video is gonna work? We're gonna run down our 15 through 11, and then we're gonna each run down my 10, 9, and we'll do it competitor by competitor until we get to our 1. We'll talk about the championship match, and then that'll be the end of the video. But I do want to mention there's some big names left out of this top 15. We have people like Adam Schultz, Kyle Durant, myself.
Depends on your definition of big.
TJ Pellin, who likes to talk himself up a little bit. Harvey Dreyer, Lucas, yourself. There's just a bunch of names outside.
I'm not in there.
Outside of this top 15. And Chris, do you have any names that you kind of want to spurt out that you say are outside the top 15 here, or that you think are top 15?
Well, to be honest, most of the more committed players, they're ranked. So to be honest, like that's more where I have to say. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Ryan barely made the cut. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, he barely made the cut.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, and if that's like the lowest that the bar is set, or hell, Steven Anderson, I will actually throw his name in there too because, again, that was a very good match and it probably should have gone his way, but it was.
Yeah,
what it was.
He's ranked all the way down at 27.
Ooh.
Yeah, Lucas, do you have any reactions to any of the names? Frank Janisher, the stat guy.
Yeah.
For the actual Schmoedown is down there. Matt Beer, a guy who likes to play a lot.
I personally have Adam Schultz in my top 15. I put him at 14, even with the 1-2 record. I think what we've seen out of him is he had a really good first game. He had a little bit of a slip in the second game. I think there's a lot of talent there. I think what we're seeing is this league is going to get really deep, really fast.
Yeah.
And those competitors at the top are going to have a lot of people coming for that belt. Whoever gets it out of Jonah and Manning.
All right. So let's start running down our 15 through 11. I'm going to speed read through these. We'll talk about them, any dislikes or likes that we like about them. But here we go. At 15, we have Made Redman. 14, we have Matthew Kearns. 13, we have Ryan McClellan. 12, we have Chris Dohmen. And 11, we have Case Cornelisa. Chris, let's head up to you because I know you wanted to be in this top 10. I know you did. But I had to get you out.
How in the hell am I below Case?
I'd like to point out I have Chris in my top 10. So you will like my list much better than you'll like Evan's. In fact, where did you put Chris?
He's at 12.
I'm going to give a little bit of spoiler for my later on list. You're going to see Chris almost twice as high as Evan has him.
Wow.
I think
so 7.
I think his record is not really telling the full truth about the player. I think you got to look at a couple of the statistics there.
Yeah.
The rest of the list, I did not rank Kearns because he's retired, so I removed him from the ranking pool. That's why he's not in there. I had basically the same.
Yeah.
He's Ryan, Aaron Turner, Adam Schultz, and Zabi Raymond were my 11 through 15.
Well, let's head straight back into it. My number 10 is Zabi Raymond. He's number 10 for me. He had a win versus Rango, which was really strong, and he lost to Jacob Blunden, who we have now as a very high-ranked competitor. It was hard for me not to leave him out, so he's that guy at number 10, the buffer for me. Chris, what are your thoughts on Zabi and the competitors that he's been?
Yeah, no, because when I did him and Kyle Rango, holy crap! I'll admit from his first round I thought he was going to be sort of one of those guys who just only watched like the indie films and paid attention to the blockbusters. But then we came to round 2 and he started knocking it out of the park, and I'm like, okay, yep, this guy knows some stuff. Will he survive to his next one? We'll see. But he had a strong debut, so I understand why he's so high for you.
Lucas, what about yourself?
Well, we agree here. He's also my number 10, 1-1, averaging about 8 points per match. I think had a good first match, didn't have a great second match. He also played Jacob. That certainly hurts you. I think we could see some good things from him down the road.
All right. In number 9, we have one of my favorite competitors in this league, and I think this can go for a lot of people. Mike Mr. DVD Hanley. What a guy this guy is in the league. I mean, he's always so happy. You know, he's coming to the league, and he's just a big supporter. Lucas, what are your thoughts on Mike?
I have Mike rated a little bit higher. My number 9 is Timothy Smith, who beat me. Tim Smith had a good first match, 1-0, 9 points. Talk about Mike when we get to him.
Yeah.
Chris, what are your thoughts on Mike?
I love this guy.
You can't hate Mike.
Yeah, no, he's got such a positive attitude. He's such a fun guy, and and obviously he's 2-1 with a TKO. I mean, the guy is kind of a powerhouse, and I can't wait to see what he does going forward.
Yeah, definitely agree. I mean, I probably could rank him higher. This is why we have these videos. I have these discussions with the guys sometimes, like, should we put this guy here, this guy here? For all I know, the rankings could change after a day this video gets posted. I don't know. It's great. Okay, we have at number 8, Aaron Turner, but this guy's retiring. He's retiring. We don't know. Chris, what are your thoughts on Mr. Aaron Turner?
No, that's a great place to put him because he delivered the league its first knockout match against his
partner,
his partner in crime, Frank Janisch, and that was such a fun match to do. By the way, just real quick, that was a lot of fun to do. And then even in his match against Corey Brown, unfortunately he struggled, but with what he was given, he still pulled out a decent amount of points. It wasn't enough to save him, unfortunately, but yes, this is a good spot for him, and unfortunately, though, he will be knocked down as more players progress, but for now, this is a good spot to put him in.
Lucas, your thoughts on Aaron the Titan Turner?
Well, I obviously have him a lot lower than you guys do. I have him at 13. I think the match against Corey Brown really hurt him because after the first match, he'd probably be in this spot, but that knocks his average points per match to about 6, which is very average to slightly below average for competitors who are ranked in the top 10. I have Mike Hanley at 8, 2-1, averaging 6.25 points per match. I think Mike is really good. I think Aaron is really good. It's sad that he's retiring because I think if we get a couple more matches from him, we could see him rise back up these rankings. Yeah,
that's true. Very true. In this 7th position, we have arguably the most controversial competitor in this whole league. The most. Like without a shadow of a doubt, the most controversial person in this league. Chris, the unofficial Ellis, the legend, whatever he calls himself.
I lost track of how many nicknames.
Let's just call him Day.
We'll just call him
Chris
Day. Yo, Chris Night and Day.
It's actually not bad.
That's not
bad. We got to figure it out. Okay, so
he needs less nicknames, not more though.
I have him here at 7. Dohmen, what are your thoughts? He beats you, and you call yourself a worthy competitor.
Yeah. It was a different time back then, Evan. It was a different time back then. Where the matches were a little more uneven.
That's true. Lucas, what are your thoughts on Chris the Legend Day?
It actually may surprise people, but I have Chris Day rated higher than you guys do. I have Corey Brown rated 7th, 2-1, 7 points per match. I think Corey is really good. I think we've seen him he went 2-0 and then he lost to people who were just slightly better than him. That's nothing to be ashamed of.
Day's loss to Sosslin was, I was sitting in that match, and you could tell how much they were getting into it, the competitors themselves. Especially Day.
Day gets a little bit too into it, I think, sometimes. He reminds me of like an early on Roca, where he was getting a little bit too worked up, and it's actually hurting his performance sometimes. He needs to cool out a little bit if he wants to rise back up, maybe get a little calmer. a little bit less theatrics and just try to be a little bit more
That's a good
in his
thought,
mind
actually.
and out there.
That's probably one of the better thoughts that we've had. Yeah, here's the thing. Chris Day arguably sees the most movies out of anybody in this league. If you follow him on like if you're friends with him on Facebook, he sees at least 2 movies a day.
It's insane. I don't know. I watch like a movie a week if I'm lucky. I don't know how he manages to do it.
Honestly. But yeah, I think we'll see a progression in him both through character and knowledge. So I see him, being a top 5 competitor very soon. Yeah, that's it on Chris Day. 6, I have Timothy Smith. Now, I want to explain myself here before we go too far. He beat you, obviously, Lucas.
Absolutely.
And 9 points. 9 points is really good for a debut, and that being his own win. Others would argue to me that he doesn't have enough of a stature to actually put him up there. But I think the way 9 points is good enough, and especially in this league, we have a bunch of people with a bunch of losses or a bunch of people with a bunch of wins. He can fit into that category where people are 2-1. A 1-0 person can fit somewhere in there. So that's why I put Timothy there. Lucas, what do you think? The guy who beat you.
I think he's great. I had him at 9 purely for that reason. I think he did do really well in one match, but I put him behind the 2-1 people because I think they've proved multiple times they can win. I think you could see him there's a possibility he's in the flash in the pan. He did admit that, looking back at the match, I was beating him. He got the luck in round 3. I didn't. That's why he's not taking any away from his win. It was a very impressive win. But if he doesn't get super bad in round 2 and no instantly, that's a 4-point match, and that's not particularly impressive. I think what I'd like to see from him is win a couple more times, you'll rise up the rankings. That will prove that this just wasn't a one-time. We've seen a lot of people win once and then not win again. I have Chris Dohmen at 6. 2-2, 10.375 points per match. The person in this league who probably has the biggest difference between actual talent and their record is Chris Dohmen.
Right.
He's 2-2, but he's played way better than that.
All right, now my thing. All right, Dohmen, I'm not taking a dig here at you, but head-to-head, though, you have to think Day beat him head-to-head. So Day would have to be ranked higher than Dohmen.
And Day is ranked higher than Dohmen for me.
Oh, he is?
He is.
You have Day higher then.
I do.
Okay.
Both people who beat Dohmen are ranked higher than him for me.
Okay.
That's why I can justify him having him at 6.
All right. Well, at 5, we have Corey, the Governor Brown, or is it the Governor Corey Brown, Dohmen?
Yeah, look, I just go with whatever flows better when I am, yelling it at the top of my lungs. So for me, it sounds better if I'm saying the Governor Corey Brown, so.
Yeah, I got you. So, what are your thoughts of him being ranked 5?
That's fair. I mean, he's 2-1 with a good record. He does play consistently in his rounds match to match. He kind of he only gets a couple points in round 1, then he gets a decent amount of points in round 2, and then he usually hits his film in round 3 with around at the 3-point area.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. I personally would have put him a little lower. I mean, to be fair, I'm just the guy who's in charge, and I don't really have the time to put together my own rankings list. That's why I leave this to you, and then disagree with you and yell for it later. So,
all right, Lucas, your thoughts on Corey Brown being 5?
Well, as we've seen, this is another place we disagree. I have Corey Brown at 7. It's because he has this, and this is where I have Chris Day at 5. Because Chris Day and Corey Brown have the same record, but Day has scored more points per match. He's also beaten better competition.
And
he's beaten Dohmen. He also has a knockout.
Yeah.
He lost to Sauceland. I think that Day deserves to be ranked higher.
Well, you could say
I can understand the difference. It's a point in a match. They have the same record.
But also look at here. If you go by competitor stand base, Brown actually lost to Franks, and Franks beat Sauceland. And so that for me helps out a little. But he beat Turner, who in Turner's first match got the first ever KO of this league. So yeah. I think Corey is impressive for me.
But in my opinion, that win over Turner is not particularly impressive because Turner got everything go the wrong way for him,
Yeah.
and that's why he lost that match. That there wasn't, to me, a straight up match where the two of them threw everything they had at each other, and he beat Turner. Turner just kind of got the worst luck on earth, and that's why I think Corey Brown came away with that win. At least in part, why I came away with that win.
Actually, it's kind of funny because right now I almost feel like this is a case of Evans looking at it from the story of how these competitors are doing, whereas Lucas is coming at it a little more from just the facts.
Yeah.
It
fair.
is the reason we started arguing about the rankings in the first place. Was I was making, this is a statistical argument, and he was making, well, look at the storylines and how they won the matches.
But wait. I think it's good though that I had this stat chart and everything, because I don't want to get too carried away with these, rankings and whatnot. And when I try and base these rankings, I like putting it right off of, what would the actual Schmoedown do? Because we are the fan Schmoedown league, right? So, we kind of want to base what the professionals do, right?
Oh yeah, and it wouldn't surprise you that I also disagree with Christian's rankings quite a lot as well.
Yeah, I know that Makuga ranking.
For the exact same reasons. For me, and one thing I will complain about Christian at times is I think he lets people get title shots back too quickly. Like the fact that Riley is about to get another title shot, I think is ridiculous. If you lose a title shot, you should go from like 1 to 6 or something. You have to earn your way back up. It's kind of the problem you have in any league where you have a top flight of competitors who compete consistently, thus they stay near the top, and it's hard for people to get up into that red line.
I agree. All right, I don't think we're gonna have that much discretion going into this top 4 here.
No, I think we should agree on pretty much all these.
I hope so.
I hope so as well.
Number 4, I have Zachary Soslin.
Yeah, we already disagree.
Oh no! We'll go with Chris first to make the blow a little bit softer. What do you think about Zachary the Sauce Spot at 4?
Actually, in all honesty, you screwed up. You screwed up, Evan.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is that?
Let me make the case why.
Okay.
It should be Jacob London. He scored less points per match. He's 3-1.
Even though he has 2 KOs.
I think Soslin has been better in his matches, though.
All right, now,
and
here's
also,
where I'm gonna fight you with this. He lost to Stowell. Whenever you lose to Stowell, you're already, you're still that high. It's like losing to Dan Merle. Oh, you're gonna get bumped down to 2 rankings. Where Soslin lost to Franks, and as you said it again, Franks gets good categories and he gets lucky. Soslin beat Day, and Day's known for being kind of shaky whenever he performs. Let's keep going. Soslin beat me, not a big win.
Actually, that was a very big win. 13-2 was the final score.
It's not an impressive win. It's not an impressive win because you gave up a lot of points on Steele's back, but it is still a big win.
Yeah.
But Zabay, where Jacob beat Zabay, right? Zabay's a better competitor than I'm not gonna repeal that. Where Soslin beat Conway, where Blunden beat Woodburn, and Woodburn is higher ranked than Conway. So
Woodburn is the one competitor who, more than anyone else, got help from getting an incredibly favorable second round category.
Yes.
I don't give Woodburn a lot of credit for that match. He got 4 DC questions. That's his strength. They were really easy DC questions. They were all like, name the actor who played this character, which is the really surface level questions. They weren't asking you to go into the movies and really dig deep. We all know that there's a difference between asking who played the Joker and what did the Joker do in this individual scene or what was the Joker's line. They were a lot of surface questions. It was his strength. He did well, which is what he's supposed to. But that's not that impressive to get 4 for 4 in his best category. Okay. It's like, I don't give Case a ton of credit for doing 4 for 4 in a Star Wars category.
Yeah,
like that's what he's supposed to do.
Well, I guess revealing this, then I have Jacob at 3. We've been talking about DC rankings for a while now. I guess to your point, though, to your guys' point, Soslin does have a 10-point difference, while Blunden only has a 7-point difference. So I mean, for me, they can flip flop either way. But I think we were talking with Chris today. Any of them could have a title shot within the next 2 months.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before
I mean,
the tournament.
And
I would rank them.
And that's going to be actually that's how it is going to be. Probably in middle of April or so, I'm going to have those two duke it out. And then before the tournament, we will have a title match, and whichever one of those two is going to take on the champ. So
The champ is here. Okay. I'm gonna reveal these two at the same time because this is our championship match. I'm not gonna use the golden voice because that's what Chris does. Mine was a failure, but that's okay. Our second rated, we have Manning Franks, and our number one is Jono Stowell. Jeez, what a heavyweight match this is gonna be. Chris, Jono's beating you. He's my teammate, part of the Bo Sox. What you got on this? What you got on these two guys?
This is exactly how it should be. Even though, yes, Manning does have both a knockout and a TKO, Jono is, technically speaking, the better competitor because he has had the most category variety. Whether it was in his first match, he had Action Adventure. Second match, he had DC. Third match, when he took me out, he got Marvel. Then in his fourth match, he got his strength, he got his wheelhouse movie release dates, and he mowed Jacob down, unfortunately. This guy is a buzzsaw, especially even if he has a rough start like he did in the match with Jacob, getting no points in round one. Again, it all comes down to round two, and when that dude can catch a break, he takes it. And here's the other thing too: if you miss, he will steal. In every single match that he played, when his fellow competitor missed a question in round two, he stole at least 1 point. So that's where his success has always been coming from. So
we have exactly the same rankings here. I agree with you in Jono over Manning. When it was coming into the four, I thought Manning was the weakest of the four competitors. I thought he'd gotten lucky a couple times with that Star Wars category, which I'm glad they took that off the wheel in the second round because it is such a major advantage because it's such a small sample size of categories. And it really, really affects the matches. Wow. I don't know if Jono can be beat, to be honest. He has been so dominant so far in all of his matches.
He's incredible.
He rarely... Basically everybody else in the league has had that one round or part of a game where they just looked really weak. They had a bad first round, they had a bad second round, where they just had no idea in round three. Jono hasn't really had that. And I think if Manning is going to win this match, I think a lot of stuff needs to go against Jono. Jono needs to get not even like middle of the road category. He needs to get the stuff he doesn't know. I don't know what that is, if that's musicals or that's classics or that's animation or something. Whatever he's really bad at.
He knows that. That's what legit scares me. He's scary. He might know classics, Yeah,
it'd be interesting to see.
But he's my teammate, so I'll be cheering for him, no matter what.
Of course you.
But I do want to throw some names out there. Matthew Beer is ranked last. He's such a good guy, and it's kind of sad to see somebody like him so far down. Chris, any quick thoughts about Matthew Beer?
He just got unlucky in his match against Chris Day. Because, obviously, I kind of screwed him accidentally in his first match. I still get a little crap for that, which is, it's earned. Because, we were still brand new back then. I had never hosted a match before, and...
Argo frick yourself.
Wrong match there, bub. It was 12 Angry Men.
Oh, I know. I'm still trying to make you angry about that. Because he did screw Matt Beer over. Okay.
So, thoughts on Matt Beer. I don't think we can... I think that continuing to give Chris for crap for the current Spear match is kind of ridiculous at this point. It's like it's beating a dead horse. He seems like a really cool dude. He looked like, against Day, he looked like a deer in headlights. He looked like he had no idea. He really looked like he just got caught up in the moment and really didn't have an answer.
All right.
And I think it's a tough thing to have somebody ranked that low.
It is. All right. Let's move on to a happier subject. Harvey Dreyer, the guy who created this thing. he got his ass whooped by me, and now
I love how that's your form of. Let's transition to something happy. Let's talk about the one person I actually beat
in sudden death
he's
because
26.
he missed the year the Hunger Games Catching Fire came out. Really? That's
Yeah.
good. Definitely. Okay.
I
Yeah.
think everyone should miss the years those came out.
Right. But
All right, he's 26 in the league. The creator of this league, he's so far down. Chris, you work with this man. How do you feel for him?
I feel kind of bad because, you know, on the one hand, I was convinced that, you know, he was going to steamroll you, in all honesty. But, you know, you did surprise us.
Yep. That's
For
what I
better
do.
or for worse. But, no, and I do think when he finally does get into a second match, I think it, depending on who he's against, I think it actually will be a comeback for him. And I would like to see a nice comeback story from the guy who started this whole damn thing. I mean, come on now. It's the least we can do, right?
Wasn't he bringing like some girl would like to play him? Isn't that the rumor?
Yeah, a.k.a. the worst date ever.
Lucas, what are your thoughts on this man, Harvey Jire?
Hey, he created this league. He owes he deserves all our respect for that. He had one match. A lot of us have done that in one match. I think, you know what, we can't really make a judgment on him until he plays a couple more matches. If he does the same thing over and over again, then you can make the statement that he's one of the worst competitors in the league. I think for now, I think it's more of a wait and see circumstance.
It is.
All right, there's only a few more people I want to hit upon. Lucas, yourself. What the heck, bro? Why are you so far down?
Because I never saw The Lion King.
Because no, really, it's the third round that killed me. And I got 5, and this is not saying this is the reason I lost. I will point to the fact that all 4 of my second round questions on Tom Cruise. I've seen a bunch of Tom Cruise movies. Never seen any of the ones I was asked about. Did not see my 5th round movie. I got 6 movies in a row in a match that I had never seen. I saw, I think, 2 of the movies that I was asked about the entire match. I got questions about movies I'd never seen before right. I
That's
think
fair.
if the next time I go in there, if I even get slightly better luck, I could do really well. If you go back to watch the match, I was winning going into my second round part. I think it was up by like 3 or 4 points. And I just got a terrible second round. Which a lot of us said, I get some better luck next time, I think I'll do a lot better. But for now, I deserve that ranking.
And then to wrap it up, why not? What's better than to talk about myself at 21st?
Having
Wow. That might
been
actually
both knocked out and technically knocked out.
Yeah, reasons why I'm 21st. What are your thoughts on myself, Chris Dohmen?
Look, dude, in your first match, less said about that, the better. I mean, now, in your match against Sosland, you know, you had a typical round 1 because on your average match, people will only get 1 to 2 points in round 1.
Yeah,
that's just the way it happens. Unless you're Jacob London in his last match somehow miraculously getting all 4, but that's usually how it goes. And then in your second round, you just got bad luck. And you're going to Sosland. Somehow, movie release dates is good for him because the son of a bitch got we got three of the questions for 6 points. Holy crap! But and then, like I said, unfortunately, you got stuck. Now, granted, you did go for multiple choice on your films. Smart move, but
that didn't help.
That didn't help. You still had to say goodbye to your title shot chance, but it was what it was.
All right, Lucas, your thoughts on myself real quick.
It's kind of a 2 sides of the coin. On one side, you have not looked good. What was it? I think Chris Keys said it. You've got 8 points in 3 matches. It's 2.25 per match. That's atrocious. Let's be honest. But at the same time, you're a really fun, interesting competitor. You bring a lot of the competitors score more points than you, but not nearly as many of them are as interesting. I don't think you should go for that.
Half the energy.
Oh yeah, you bring a crap load of energy. It makes me exhausted. And
The weekend at Bernie's.
People think I'm on coke all the time because I'm too excited as it is.
I got you. All right, Chris, let's get your final thoughts on everything about the rankings. Any discretions that you have, what you're excited for the future of the league, about the rankings, how we can, help put them better for the future. What you about.
I'm just excited to see this thing grow because if you join us on the Facebook page, on the Fan Movie Trivia Schmoedown Facebook page, you'll see that in terms of people who are looking for their first match after this title match, we're going to be pretty much doing debuts until for sure May. Wow, this is incredible.
Do you know how hard that's going to be on me, guys? Do you know how much work I go through for these rankings? Too much work. But I do it for the love.
Guess what? When it's just new players, it'll be really easy. The only way they make the top 10 is if they score 9.
No, it's actually a lot harder because here's the thing with the new people. You have to decide, wait, where's this player going to go? Is he going to go here or here? And then you have to, move everything down and then put him in and you got to move it back up. It's a lot of work. All right, Lucas, how about yourself? Any final thoughts?
I think this league is a lot of fun. I would echo everything Chris and Jake have been saying recently. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like all the videos, comment, talk, interact with people, do stuff. I know it's tough waiting for your first match. People have been waiting a long time. That kind of sucks. But they're going to get through the matches. Thank you for inviting me to be part of this rankings thing. This was a lot of fun.
Of course, man.
I would love to help you guys any way you need in the future. Maybe host a match someday. That'd be freaking cool. If you ever get sick of these people, Chris, you know what to do to turn to. Me and Evan agreed on a lot of the rankings. We have a lot of minor disagreements.
My biggest critic, guys.
They're very
biggest critic.
I am his biggest critic.
My
And
biggest critic, Lucas, agreed with me.
And even where we disagree, it's very understandable why he puts this guy one spot above me or one spot below me. It's like, this and this. It's, 6 one way, half a dozen the other.
Exactly. It's all about how you approach it. And, again, Lucas, dude, I know I say this a lot, but thank you for the support. And thank you for your time. Dude, it's...
Absolutely.
It's honoring. Thank you.
You guys are great.
It really is. People like you, and I always point this guy out because I think he's the freaking best person in the world. Mike Hanley. People like you and Mike Hanley just help us grow, bring us up,
Absolutely.
It's like people like you guys that keep, us 6 working our butts off and putting these matches out. And it's funny, people are like, when our match is going to come out, when our match is going to come out. I'm looking at you, people who don't watch the videos. You see me? Yeah. Guys, watch the videos, give us support, because that gives us more incentive and more reason to keep making more matches.
Yeah. Excellent point. Well, the recent matches only have 50, 60 views. There's 100 of you people bitching and whining about when you're going to play. Go watch the fucking videos. Step your game up.
Yeah. But yeah, all the same, for all of you that do watch the videos, for all of you that are always in the comment section on YouTube, on Facebook, posting on the Facebook page, helping us, like a new person that came in with the name is Sabrath. I see him talking on Facebook all the time, I like that. I don't agree with him all the time, but I like the fact that he's being there, being interactive, and I think that's what's important about these rankings too. This isn't just me by myself. I'm the guy who posts them and he's like, rankings. I like the feedback because feedback helps me improve them for next time. I think that's what's important about a fan league too. It's all about the fans. It's all about.
Now we're gonna do the Fast and Furious parody of the Schmoedown.
And I just want to thank all you guys so much. It actually means a lot that you guys are asking where this rankings video is. Well, it's coming here. It's right now. You're watching it. Thank you guys so much. Chris, where can people find you on Twitter?
You guys can find me on Twitter on my band Last Shot Redemption at LSARBandMN. And you can obviously find me on Twitter through the Take 3 Productions Twitter page, the official page at Fan Schmoedown.
All right, Lucas, where can people find your Boston butt?
Yeah, you can find me in the Facebook group under my name, Lucas Schildbach. You can follow me on Twitter at Lucas Schildbach, LucasSchildbach. I tweet a lot about politics, so if you don't like that, then maybe not follow me. But
Really? I follow you. I don't see you posting about politics. Okay. Well, that's a different discussion
there's like
for a different
19
time.
retweets. If you go in there, I have retweeted or commented on like the last 15 things are politics based. I'm so good at politics now. I get sex bots online retweeting my political statements.
Yo. Okay. Well, my name is Evan DeGraff. Thank you guys for watching this rankings video. Thank you, Chris and Lucas, for being on. And have a great day. Stay safe in this crazy world. And peace out, guys. Bye-bye.
Take care.